Hi everybody, take a look at this beautiful Arma Reforger map. This is a custom map. This is Mogadishu in Somalia of Black Hawk Down fame, and overlaid it is a conflict game mode. So in this video tutorial I'm going to show you how to set up this terrain on your server with a conflict game mode, and also I'll show you how to do the game master one as well. And don't worry, I've done it so it's all incredibly easy to do. Really is absolutely fantastic this. So if we jump out and we have a look at the online workshop, a big thanks has to go out to Kiok Milsim for the terrain itself and the Kiok Middle East assets that go with the map to make it work. And for the purposes of this video I've gone with Cyborg Matt's WCS Mogadishu conflict mode. When you go to the in-game workshop, you see there's quite a few different conflict modes for Mogadishu or Somalia. Just search for them. However, lots of them need lots and lots of dependencies, but I went with this one because it doesn't have any. It doesn't have any basically. It just has the map and the Kiok Middle East assets, the dependency for the map, which means that you can fire it up on your server. You can give it a go, see what you like, and then if you want to get more complicated and add some of the other dependencies in, then by all means you can do that. Now in the description below this video you will see the scenario IDs if you're familiar with those, so if you want to dive in you can just get started straight away, and you'll also see the mod list that you need. Now this mod list does include my kind of core dependencies that I use on my server. Kind of, you know, on every server I have night vision, I have quick builder, Heli Door Gunners, where am I, M113 APC, disabled game master budgets, M1 Abrams, and the T72. You know, I always have those, and then I add the other ones on. So I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. So where do you start? So what you want to do is you want to go over to Nitrado, and you want to go to your server, and you want to go to the config files, and your config file will look something like this. And what you're interested in is the mods line to start off with. Now your mods line, if it's a brand new server, will just be an open square bracket and a closed square bracket followed by a comma. So what you need to do is copy the mods into the section in between the open square bracket and closed square bracket, so it kind of looks like this. So go into the description below this video, and if you like all of my mods, just copy from the opening squiggly bracket to the last squiggly bracket. Just copy that, go to your server, and then just paste them in so they're all there. Remember, the last mod should not have a comma after the squiggly bracket, and then there should be a closing square bracket and a comma. If you only want to add the particular mods for this one, then you just want to add WCS Mogadishu, like that, and then you'll want to add Kiok Middle East Assets, that one, and then you want to add Mogadishu-Somalia. So paste them in, copy and paste them in that order with any of your other mods that you like to use as well. And again, I say again, make sure that the last mod doesn't have a comma after it, and all the other ones do have a comma after it there. So the next thing you want to do is we need to change the scenario ID at the top. So this is the game mode that the server boots into. Now remember, I'm recording this video on the 29th of April 2024. Hopefully at some point we will have the ability to choose the scenario ID when we boot into the server as admin. At the moment we don't. You've got to do it at this level. And again, if you look in the description below this video, you'll see I've put the two different scenario IDs. There's a GM Mogadishu conf, which is the game master scenario. So if you just want the server to boot up as game master, then you log in, you put your admin password in, and then you're the game master, and then you can create a scenario for your buddies after they've logged in. Or if you want it to load in with a conflict one, use that one. So for example, if you want the conflict one, in the description below this video you can just copy that scenario ID, and then you can just put it completely over the top of the existing ID. Make sure that you have got a password set for the admin, so that you can log in as the admin and change things. And obviously you'll probably want to have a password for your server, and you want to have a name, probably better than SSG test. You want something like SSG. You just want, you know, your server name Mogadishu conflict or something like that. And then save the changes and then restart your server. Now remember, this is a very big mod, Mogadishu, and the assets mod as well. The one that's called Kiok Middle East Asset. They're very, very big, so it'll take your server quite a long time to restart and download those mods and install the mods. So go make yourself a cup of tea while it's doing that. Also, make sure that if you're doing this yourself from the JSON snippets from inside Arma Reforger, make sure you change the version number. Get rid of the version number and just have 2 quotation marks next to each other. This way, the server will always download the latest version of the mod, and it'll mean that when players join, they will always have the latest version of the mod. If you use the JSON snippet creator from the game as is, it will just give you the version that happened to be there when you took that copy and paste, which might be old, which means that when players try and join your server, they've got to download an older version of the mod, and then when they go back into Reforger, they've got to download a newer version of the mod, and it's all just a bit of a pain. But that, my friends, is it. That is how easy it is to have this absolutely amazing looking map running on your server for you to run a game master mode. Maybe you just want to check it out and make some videos yourself, or a conflict mode where you can spawn in, play yourself, or play with some buddies and have a merry old time in Africa. So there we go. Hopefully you found this video useful. If you have, it like. If you want to see more of the same, press subscribe, and I will of course see you again soon.